losing yardage back at the 12. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first-down gains.
Second and goal at the Chargers' 12-yard line.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Running the jet sweep with Jones, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like in the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Gordon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Alert, 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 alert. Back.
Gordon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
That was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again.
Check 3. Blue.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Jaguars' 48-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a party now. Ran, come. Check 50.
Here's Gordon. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Alert.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. And able to haul it in is Kittle. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
Ran, come.
From the gun, it's Trubisky.
Cazzo
He's going to go
lancio.
down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. Jalen Ferguson gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now it's Trubisky. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. You end up having to take 3 there.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
From the gun, Herbert. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this.
Sì, parlo a bassa voce.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Let's go.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
10 Lobo. Single. Motion. Watch 10. Hey, tight end.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert eluding the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Trubisky will throw. And this will be incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case,
mi ha
might be off
invitato,
by a
però
half step
non
either
ci posso
way.
andare.
They've got to find a way to get back
Io
in
ho
sync.
invitato tutti, d'altra parte.
On third down, Trubisky.
Ah, vedi che lancio di
The
merda.
throw there going to be incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10.
Ready up.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Second and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Watch the screen. Pass. 5.
To throw on second down, Herbert. And this one complete to Reed. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
132 fighter.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around, hand it to the big fella, and let him get forward for a first down.
On first down, Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Off the play fake, Herbert. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. A big play there for L.A. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there, get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
Love the call. When you got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Rush in.
Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Trubisky to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
You can't block me.
Beginning the drive here with Armstead. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Armstead. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Ready? 70, Indy.
Off play action. Herbert, he'll buy some time right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress.
Maria con la
50-50
stretta.
ball here, and it's intercepted.
Ma che è
Desmond
questo
King picks it, and a big
visto.
turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2nd interception for him now here in this 1st half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. To throw on 2nd and 6, Trubisky. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 27 yards there, a first down. Play action. It's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is
Che me la perde
incomplete.
sempre.
Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Okay, Alpha.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky.
No, minchia.
Now
Ma
that'll
guarda,
be
me lo
tipped and
merito questo
intercepted.
intercetto.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Minchia, guarda, tutto
And now
questo è
time is
pure
called as we've got an injured
incazzato.
Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this.
Got it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Operating from the gun, Herbert. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
No.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first
Minchia, ho
timeout
perso
as they stop
il
it with
ricevitore per
28
il resto
seconds to
della
go in the
sinistra.
first half of play.
Ma vaffanculo.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So we've reached halftime at a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Don't get nervous now. Alert! Alert! Don't get nervous.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Put up! 180! Hey, alert, 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 alert!
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Trubisky now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but first and 10 here. Out of the gun, Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard.
Put up! 180!
Here we go, here we go. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Slam, slam, slam.
Hey, 18, 18, 18!
Trubisky to throw again. And he's got it. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. George Kittle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Second and 10 now from the 27. To throw again. Herbert. Jones has it. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's third and 3. From the gun, Herbert. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. So from Charger territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 47. Off the play fake. Herbert.
No, ma che cazzo fa?
Tight end Oliver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a first and 10. Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Chargers.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Pilot, 64, weak.
They'll stay with the run and Armstead. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
30 base.
Man, I got you.
General West.
He's checking.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Let's
At
get
the
it.
9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
Double time.
2nd and 9 now. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he can get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw.
No, vedi, l'ha preso.
Touchdown, Jacksonville. Josh Oliver, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and we are even at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. George Kittle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Herbert, he finds his man Johnson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. This is the fullback, Janovich, and he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a 1st down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
Escaping the pressure right. His throw incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Looking downfield for Jones. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville.
It'll
be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time. We'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
At the 26-yard line.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
No, ma vedi che cazzo di culo.
Turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
No, vedi che coglione, mi sono fatto recuperare.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
Back to the air, Trubisky after the pick 6. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Let's
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field.
25, check 25, check 25.
Now it's Trubisky. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it's 3rd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. $12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 36-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Herbert. This one caught over the middle. It's Oliver, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. A run here with Armstead. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd down, Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, Herbert. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
One set.
Hey, alert.
Here's Trubisky. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Red, top. X3, 218, chopper.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. The Chargers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Now Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Shift! Watch the shift!
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
They'll try and
No! Guarda che lancio di merda che ha fatto.
complete. The 4th down
No,
play
guarda.
doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Set, ready? 30 base.
Let's go, D, let's go! Hey, let's get there!
5.
Now Armstead. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Switch! Check 31, check 31!
They'll give it back to Armstead. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. 3rd down, it's Armstead. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So on now is the kicker, Josh Lambo. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Lambo will put this one through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Charger drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, but now it's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Everyone, you got 4 down.
Trubisky to throw.
No, ma vabbè.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. This is Armstead on the carry. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Double tight, double tight. Hey. You got 3, you got 3. 3 down. Ready.
They run it with Armstead. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go now. 91. 66. Pull it high.
From the gun, they go with Armstead.
Maria fumble. No, Maria fumble, recupera lui. No,
But a teammate comes
va.
along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll look to throw. It's complete to Williams. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, ball.
Throwing now is Trubisky. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. He's back to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Hey, 4 down.
18.
Check nickel.
Hey, ball. Hey, shoot.
Here's Trubisky. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Bravo.
And the blitz does come. And this is
Maria, ho vinto a 9 secondi dalla fine.
And now
Anzi,
they're an
veramente
extra point
spareggiato.
away from winning this thing
Maria,
in the
che più
final
bello.
seconds. Extra point attempt to follow here.
Maria che spettacolo. A 5 secondi dalla
And
fine.
they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter.
Next to score, Chargers 24, Jaguars 23.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the home team here, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Southern California, so long, everybody.